All right, guys, today I want to talk about another common question I get, which is should I be doing cardio when I'm trying to lose fat and even when I'm doing OMAD or fasting? How do I integrate cardio into that and how beneficial can it be? And I love cardio. Personally, that runner's high, it's a real thing. I love running when my knees are cooperating and they're not hurt from jujitsu. I love jujitsu. I love mountain biking, swimming. I was a triathlete back in the day when I was in my 30s. And I love cardio. But is it the best thing for fat loss? And the question is, the answer is yes, it's really good and it's really helpful, but there is some nuance here. There may be some caveats here to this. And when you first start out, like with most things, that when I answer this question, it really depends. It depends on who you are, what your goals are, how overweight you are, how much body fat you have to lose. Some people, when they're first starting, cardio could actually be detrimental. Too much cardio could be detrimental when you're trying to get your diet under control, because what it can do, just like a lot of strength training and other things, I don't think strength training quite so much, but too much cardio may actually lead to increased hunger cravings. You're going to have more energy demand, and you're going to be then craving some of those old foods and maybe overeating on calories and things like that. For most people, if you're very overweight, the first thing I recommend is that you just start walking. And for you, that's going to probably be a zone 2 type of cardio, where you're probably gonna get your heart rate up pretty good just because you're carrying all that extra weight around, and walking is going to be enough for you. And you have to pay attention to things like your joints and how you're feeling and what your body can handle, because you got to think, if you're carrying around an extra 50 pounds or something, that's going to be really tough on the body. And we want to ease into this and kind of grow and develop with this, not just think we're going to go out and just run a marathon the next day. Now, I'm not saying marathons are healthy, because I don't think that they are. I give big props to anybody that's their goal and they want to compete in a marathon. But you see all the time people that are not lean, that are running all the time and doing marathons and things. And honestly, where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck is going to be the strength training, building the lean muscles through strength training. Cardio just kind of can add on to that, and it can help. Now, if you really get into running and you're running miles and miles a week, yeah, there is going to be some benefit to that. And you're if you're metabolically able to do that, you're able to recover well enough, and you're able to keep up with those workouts without going off of your diet too much, your body's going to adapt to that, and you're going to see some fat loss from the cardio. But like I said, most people, if you're at a level where I need to start losing weight, or I'm just kind of getting into this, you're going to just start with some zone 2 cardio, building up that VO2 max a little bit, walking, getting that heart rate up a little bit, but nothing too crazy, and just enough to keep moving throughout the day. Aiming for something like 9,000 to 10,000 steps is a good starting point. That's the number you commonly hear, but it's a good goal because it does push you a little bit, and it's hard sometimes to get those 10,000 steps in, but you will see huge benefits just from walking. Added bonus, if you can do some rucking or weighted, put on a weight vest or some inclines or some steep hills. I've got a place where I like to go hunting where I actually wore my Garmin watch, and I hike a mile up into the mountain, and it is such a steep climb. I think there was 1,000 feet of climbing within 1 mile, and my heart rate gets up to 150, 160, and I'm carrying a rifle or a bow and a pack and all kinds of stuff. So that is some great cardio. I mean, it definitely will help with burning fat, but it is not something I emphasize to people early on to do, just because everybody's at a different starting point in it. If you're starting from scratch, if you're starting from nothing, you probably want to start slow. Zone 2 cardio, lots of walking, and just moving. I'd much rather you add in the strength training first, start building the muscle, and then we can start thinking about increasing the cardio if it's something you're into. Now, I do think cardio, especially more like endurance type cardio, has some huge mental health benefits as well. Like you'll just feel amazing. You'll feel like you can take on the world. But then there's some downsides too. If I go do a really hard, say, mountain bike session, and I'm biking for 2+ hours, I am wrecked after that. It takes my body 2 or 3 days probably to recover from that sometimes, especially if I haven't been biking consistently all the time. And there's a lot different energy demands and needs for anything that's over an hour. Now, when it comes to OMAD and fasting, I find that I can do cardio, and I see this, I think fits with most people. Anything under an hour, you really don't have to worry. I can do fasted. I can go do a hard mountain bike ride under an hour. I can do a hard hour of jujitsu. I can even run for an hour without worrying about getting additional calories in because I'm metabolically flexible. I'm used to working out fasted, and I tend to be on more of a ketogenic or carnivore type of diet anyway. So for me, that works. For some of you, you may need to get some calories in every 20 to 30 minutes when you first start. You may need to get some fast burning sugars in, or honey or something like that can work for you as well. But there are ketogenic athletes out there that have gone, for incredibly long runs. They're still fueling usually with higher fat foods, but they're able to go without having any carbohydrates and those sorts of things. Now, as you progress, or depending on your starting point, if you were more of an athlete in the past, I do have one client who is very athletic, but he's just overweight, and he is actually able to do more cardio just because of his base of athletics prior. And he's also a younger guy, so he recovers quicker, and the weight's starting to come off, but it's not specifically from doing cardio. We're just doing it for the cardiovascular health. We do a lot of rower, Concept 2 rower, things like that, air bike. And then he likes to play soccer and basketball and those kinds of things as well, which is great because you don't have to think about the cardio you're doing. You're just kind of, there's integrated, sprints in there and other things like that. Can you get into the high volume, longer endurance training? If you want to, and that's something you love and you enjoy it, you can, but don't just think that's going to automatically burn the fat off. Again, caveat, you got to watch out for those hunger signals and other things, and make sure that you're not overeating because you're doing so much cardio. And if we think about HIIT training, high intensity interval training, this can be very beneficial. I love like a 20-10 interval for maybe 4 minutes, right? So you get on a bike, hard for 20 seconds, 10 seconds easy, go for 4 minutes, take a 2-minute, 3-minute break, and then do it again. And then you can do 3 or 4 sets of that. That's a great way to get some high intensity training in, and there's a lot of benefits to sprinting as well that you can get from that, and you will see some good fat loss from that as well. Again, everybody's at a different starting point. If you're feeling like you're dying trying to do a 20-second sprint, maybe the move for you is just some walking and just getting out and moving and that sort of thing, and building up to that eventually. High intensity training can be very taxing, and it needs to be programmed intelligently as well, right? So we don't want to do high intensity after high intensity after high intensity like every day. You're going to find that that's going to burn you out. You're not going to recover. You're going to feel like crap. And we want to integrate those maybe 2 or 3 days a week. So should you be doing cardio? Yeah, to a certain extent for cardiovascular health, and it's going to be great. The best thing you could do for fat loss is probably just walking and moving, hitting those 10,000 steps a day. And then depending on your level of athleticism, depending on your goals, depending on how well you're losing fat, you're able to keep that appetite under control, and other variety of other factors like sleep, recovery, programming. Then yes, you can start to play around with things like longer distance endurance training, HIIT training. I love a mixture of all of these types of things, but one thing I do steadily that keeps the fat off is trying to make sure that I'm constantly moving throughout the day. I usually have no problem hitting 10,000 steps because I'm very active. I'm always doing things. So let me know in the comments, and I'd love to have more questions from you guys here on YouTube as well that I can talk about in these coaching sessions with you. Let me know what you think and what questions you have, and how has cardio helped you? What types of goals have you set for yourself with doing cardio, and have you seen better fat loss when you added cardio in, or has it made it a little tougher for you to maintain your fat loss? All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video.